Hey everybody, Iain Campbell here, and today we are going to take a look at bodyboarding's most basic move, the roll, barrel roll, or more commonly known as the El Rollo. This was one of the first moves I learned back when I was starting bodyboarding. I always tell people to start with rolls, as this is one of the easiest tricks to learn as a beginner. This is one of the best moves to try, and one of the only moves that can be done on waves smaller than 1 foot to over 10 feet. I love doing the roll move in all its variations, and have been perfecting it throughout my career as a bodyboarder. So let's dive into learning rolls and how you can perfect yours. First, we are going to look at different types of waves that you can use to do this move. This move can be done off the barreling section of the wave or the closeout. You can do rolls through the lip and off the end section. It is possibly one of the only moves that has so many different wave types, and this makes it challenging to get right. Next, we'll talk about the bottom turn, the angle of approach, and the setup to start this move. You will need to have good rail control. This will come from the basics of bodyboarding when we talked about the hand and body positioning, as well as perfecting your bottom turns. There are some videos where I speak about both of these, so if you haven't seen them, I will link them down below. You need to have the speed to get the board up and out of the water. One thing to note is that not all rolls need to be done with air, and some of them can be done smooth and close to the water. You don't need a steep approach to the lip, but a more angled approach at about 45 to 80 degrees to the lip, depending on the wave and angle. To get the angle to the lip correct, you need to pick a spot at the start of the wave. As you bottom turning, you should get your eyesight fixed on the point you want to roll. This will allow you to choose the correct line that gets you to that point on the lip. This helps your angle of approach and allows for a cleaner bottom turn that drives you straight up into the lip. Getting your eyesight fixed on a point will give you a better direction down the line, and this can be used again when you have landed the roll. Just before you get to the lip, you should have a quick look at where you're going to land the roll and sight the landing. The extension of the front hand through the lip is the next important part. On the approach, you're going to use the recoil of the bodyboard to set up your final angle to the lip. By coiling in on the board and staying low, as you change the angle to the lip and release the rail, the arm can be extended with all the speed needed to go above the lip. You can then use the front hand to push and get the board up and out of the water. You may have to push the board through the lip, and this is when the hand extension is so much more important. If you are enjoying this video but you would like a few more extra tips, head on over to boogieeveryday.com, where we have a membership platform that could be just for you. In the membership, we discuss bodyboarding tips and tricks, training, as well as different ways to get better on the boogie. There is some behind the scenes content, as well as the opportunity to talk with me one-on-one for some advice and coaching. If you're interested, check the link in the description or simply head over to boogieeveryday.com. Next, you want to use the board against the inertia of the wave and try not to pull so hard and force the board around. With the extension of the front hand, use this to get the board up and out of the water. This will mean that you have the height needed to do the full rotation in the air. Or you can just use the wave to initiate the roll without getting in the air. This will allow for cleaner and more landed rolls. However, if you don't get in the air, the wave energy is still needed to push you forward in front of the foam. You are then going to use your head to look back at the beach to start the rotation. This should only be done after you have got up to about 90 degrees, where the board is flat with the wave. The body will always follow the head, so getting the head position correct is the most important part of this move. The head should go back as if you are trying to see the beach from that position on the wave. This allows your rolls to be straighter and landing as if you are going back towards the beach. This helps in two ways. First, it gets you away from the lip, and second, it puts you in the best position to continue down the wave. Continue to look at the beach with your head back until you are about 3/4 of the way around. Remember to keep your back elbow in close to your side and prepare for the landing. Try to keep your eyes open for the entire time you are in the air. This helps you to know where you are and allows you to brace better for the impact, and also to know where you are in the rotation. Once you are around from the roll, you want to pull the front hand in so you are landing with most of your weight on your elbow and your rail. Often the incorrect head movement is the factor that makes people land in the impact or barreling section and not right out. The landings from rolls can be brutal if you have got into the air. Keeping your body tense to brace for the impact and use that to control the board. After you have landed, you can look down the line for more moves. If the wave does not allow for that, you can always end the wave there. If you're going to do multiple rolls on the wave, you can always link these together to make it functional and look pretty cool. Use the momentum from each move into the next bottom turn so you can continue riding. There are some common mistakes that you might find with rolls. If you are struggling with rolls, try and break down where you're finding the errors. If you're not getting enough lift at the start, try to improve your bottom turn and the angle to the lip. If you feel you're losing it early, it's possible your hand isn't pushing the board high enough through the wave. If you're getting up but not over, it could be your head position and not throwing it back enough. And if your board keeps slipping out of your hands, it could be that your backhand is not in the correct position. And lastly, that leads us to confidence. You have to be confident when you are going up for the roll. Knowing these points can really help you build the confidence that you need to do rolls more frequently. Don't be scared to try this move thinking that the landing is going to be brutal. You can get away with landing rolls really clean and really smoothly if you apply the steps that I've laid out for you. Remember to keep the back elbow in and keep your elbow planted solidly on the board to avoid hurting yourself or messing up your shoulders. This will allow you to land bigger rolls and allow you to absorb the impact a lot easier if you have the hands and the arms in the correct position. I hope that you guys have learned something new about rolls and you can start to perfect them. If you have, please share this with a friend and we'll see you guys in the next video.